Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So today's video is going to be a first impression / review on a fairly new foundation from the brand L'Oreal. And this is called the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover 24-Hour Foundation. It's full coverage and it also says that it is weightless. So if you guys are interested in checking out my first impression, please stick around. So I saw a new display of foundations as well as concealers, a concealer palette from the brand L'Oreal at my local Bed Bath & Beyond. Now this foundation ran me about $11.99. It contains about 1 fluid ounce of product. Now they did have a very wide variety of colors to choose from, which was nice. It's nice to always have options, but I did notice a couple of things about the packaging alone, which I'm going to talk about in a couple of minutes. So let me just first mention what this foundation claims to do. So it claims that it is weightless full coverage. It has a natural finish. It wears up to 24 hours. The coverage is high and the texture is air light. So it says Pro Face and Body Foundation, ultra lightweight, seamless coverage. And it also says pro tip, use everywhere, face, neck, arms, and legs to cover imperfections and even skin tone. So this claims to have pretty much full coverage, but it's air light. So, we're gonna test it out and see exactly how this performs. This is what the packaging looks like. It has a twist off cap as well as a nozzle, so you basically have to squeeze the product out. It was quite difficult to find the right shade for me, or to at least try to find a good shade, because the packaging can be deceiving. It is a bit darker in the tube. It isn't transparent, so that's like the downside to it. I did go a little bit lighter, so I ended up getting number 305 Natural Beige. So for this tutorial, what I will be doing is I'm going to use a damp beauty blender on one side of my face, as well as a brush from IT Cosmetics on the other side, and we'll see how it applies. So I brought you guys in super close so that you could see how the foundation looks. And on my bare face, I'm not using any primers. I just have on moisturizer and my brows, and that is it. So let's go ahead and squeeze some of the product out. Ooh. And it has kind of like a moussey texture to it. It definitely does have a moussey texture to it. And hopefully this will be the right shade for me. Wow, do you guys see that? It gave a really good coverage after just pouncing the foundation on my skin a few times. It did give really good coverage, but I don't really like the way how it applied with the damp beauty blender, only because it was so moussey. Here's one side of my face without foundation and the other side with foundation. So it is full coverage. It doesn't feel heavy. It feels pretty much lightweight. And apply some of this on the other side of my face using the brush. I like applying it with the brush a lot better than using the damp beauty blender. It looks like it's a little bit too light now, but we'll see if this oxidizes or not. So here's how the foundation looks using the brush, and the other side using the damp beauty blender. I personally like the way how it looks using the brush. I feel like it gives a more even coverage, and it was just a lot easier to work with using the brush. So I'm just gonna even out the other side. Also wanted to mention that this foundation does not contain SPF, and I haven't set it with any powder, and I really like the finish. It looks very natural. It's lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy at all. Let me go ahead and apply the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. Something that I wanted to mention is that this does not have any type of fragrance to it. At least to me, I can't smell a fragrance. I will say though, right now I do look pretty pale. I think maybe I could go up one shade darker, maybe number 306. I was actually debating between number 305 and 306. Here's how the foundation looks after I apply the rest of my makeup. It does feel air light. It doesn't feel cakey. It doesn't have a tacky or sticky feel to it. I think it looks really nice on the skin. it is definitely full coverage. It is now 6:09 a.m. I'm not gonna retouch my makeup or blot. I wanna see how the foundation holds up, if it oxidizes. So we'll see how it looks in a few hours. It is currently 10:44 and I wanted to check in with you guys. Foundation is looking excellent. It's definitely very full coverage. It feels lightweight. I don't even really feel like I'm wearing foundation. I do feel like I need to blot, which is normal for me because I have oily skin. An oily T-zone, I have to add, but it's not shifting around. It's looking really good so far. So good. Really impressed with the foundation. As for it oxidizing, I don't think it's oxidized. I definitely think that I could go a shade darker. Let me go ahead and blot really quick and I'll be right back. It is now 10:48 a.m. I will check back with you guys after work. So I'm back for another check-in. It is now 3:53 p.m. I've had on the foundation for about 10 hours. I haven't added any powder. I have, however, used a little blotting sheet just to blot away the oil. This is how the foundation looks after 10 hours and I think it's holding up beautifully. I am, however, oily in my T-zone, which is quite normal for me, especially because I don't have a primer underneath it. But I feel like the foundation is not shifting around. It's pretty much still in place. It is definitely full coverage. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing a mask of foundation. It just feels very nice and lightweight. I've been kind of rubbing my nose a lot this afternoon, so it is turning a little bit red, but it is holding up beautifully everywhere else. Let me go ahead and just blot away. It is now 3:58 p.m. I will check back with you guys at the end of the night. So it is now 7:51 p.m. I've had on the foundation now for a total of almost 13 hours and this is my last check-in. So this is how the foundation looks after a period of 13 hours. And quite honestly, I think the foundation held up extremely well. Foundation isn't shifting on me. I don't see any patches. I do though see just a bit of redness around my nose just because I was kind of rubbing my nose and the foundation did rub off a bit on my nose area, but other than that I think it looks excellent for a wear time of 13 hours. It still feels very lightweight. It doesn't feel cakey. However, I do feel really shiny just because I have oily skin, so it's a given, especially after wearing a foundation for 13 hours, my skin will be oily, especially since I didn't wear a primer underneath it. But I think the foundation held up beautifully. So my final thoughts on the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour total cover full coverage weightless feel foundation. I am a fan of this foundation. I think if you're looking for something that's full coverage, lightweight, will last for hours, and it gives a natural finish, I would highly recommend you guys pick this up at your local drugstore. I also love the fact how it doesn't have any strong fragrance to it. So I hope you guys found this first impression / review helpful. If you guys did, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And if you guys have any questions, if I happen to miss anything, please leave your comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Follow me on all my social media. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah.